We've seen kids named Autumn, Winter, and Summer, but not Spring. Yet we also see kids named April, May, and June. What's kicking, little chickens? Welcome back to Top 10 Gaming. I'm your host, Carl Monroe, and my girlfriend wrote that intro. The FNAF series is scary already, and while some of you may disagree, I'm sure we can all be confused as to how a scary series can get creepypastas. Well, how about some that can make you see how they work? That's what we're exploring with today's list of the top 10 FNAF creepypastas you need to read. Be sure to hit that subscribe button because you can get daily gaming content from us while on lockdown, and hit that like button if you love FNAF. Now, roll the intro. And at 10, I am Afton. My name is William Afton. I am doing my best to handle what's been happening to me because I am stuck in hell. I have been cursed for my attempts to put my beautiful boy back together. Now the creatures I created in order to aid in that goal have been sent to torture me for no reason. Anyone would have tried to save their child, and if they had my technology, my mind, my brilliance, they would have done the same as me. I keep getting told about the one I shouldn't have killed. I was the one who was killed. My boy was my life. His life was directly tied to mine, so of course I tried to get him back. How dare you try to punish me for that? You cursed me for doing something any parent would. Leave me to my demons. And at 9, Chica's Party World. After the fall of Freddy Fazbear, it was clear the stage was set, no pun intended, for another contender in children's entertainment. I'm going to keep using that line whenever it fits. And after the unfortunate closing of Circus Baby's Pizza World, someone saw an opportunity. So an individual named Riley bought the rights to Chica, the yellow bird with her signature cupcake, and they opened a new pizzeria with new branding, but still the same building. It had all the amenities one needed after all. We would regularly have officers at the location, constantly checking to make sure that Afton never showed his face. He never did, but then we noticed. Neither did the owner. After talking to some employees while off duty, they had never actually met the owner. The man was said to only arrive after the place had closed down and everyone had left to take the earnings from the register. We ran the owner's name against our database and discovered that there was nobody in this city with the name Riley Dramakovich. So after attaining a warrant, we discovered what we had feared the most. Riley was an alias for one William Joel Afton, who, after running this business under the alias, he had used it to kill 15 more children in the span of 1 week. All after hours, and all after following a pink Chica around the back after they had gotten home. Suspect was arrested at 11:36 p.m. on Tuesday on June 18, 1996 by arresting Officer William Chaston. And at 8, Melding. Hello, I was a beta tester for the new Freddy Fazbear Entertainment experience, where they were claiming they were trying to repair their reputation. However, they aren't. The game is an elaborate cover-up to try and hide and seal the man who is behind the missing children's incident into their game. However, I've made a terrible mistake. The entity they sealed in the game had tied itself to the previous tapes of the beta tester. She broke them apart, but I only found this out at the end. Smart move. Why would you put that most crucial point at the end? This entity has tried to merge with me before, but all that happened is I went up on stage. Ever since then, I've been trying to find him, but I can't. The corridor he came from has been blocked off by a metal wall, so I think that maybe he's gone for good. I'm dictating this while I continue my search, but Wait. What was that? I hear the sound of metal grinding on metal? It's the wall. It had a little hatch, and it's opening. Who's opening it? My God, it's him. Telling me to be quiet, because he can still hear me. And at 7, it's me. I got to have my birthday at one of the most fun places on earth. My parents were letting me have my 6th birthday at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. When we got there, my friend Brian was already there. After a few minutes, my other friends Jenny, Grayson, and Daniel showed up. Since it was their first time here, they decided to sneak backstage with my other friends to try and see Freddy himself. When we did, I ran over and hugged him. He hugged me back. I asked when Golden Freddy would be out and he said a few minutes, but to follow him where we can go get some pizza. He asked what my name was and I told him, Noah Blackley. We followed him to the back room, but he was gone, and a man in a purple sweater had arrived instead. The last thing I remember is screaming and someone banging on a locked door, and seeing my friends being put into some spare suits. I got Golden Freddy. A few years later, someone walked in looking for a job as a night guard. Someone on the phone greeted him and asked him his name. He said his name was Frank Blackley. Oh my God. It's him! Dad! Dad, it's me! Noah! It's me! And at 6, Juniors. I was with a group of buddies grabbing a few bevies at a bar down the block from me called Juniors. We were having a good time until one jerk showed up trying to get in. The bouncer stopped him and said he knew he wasn't allowed in. We don't know who this guy is. We've been coming here over a year and we haven't even heard of this guy. Then the jerk starts getting aggressive. The bouncer calls him William and asks him to stop. William shoves the guard a little until eventually the bouncer collapses. This William guy comes walking in and shouts for someone named Henry. The guy behind me stands up in response and asks William what he wants. William steps closer, to which I get ready to stand up, but Henry puts his hand on my shoulder to tell me to stay seated. Henry quietly said, "You were killing kids, William," making sure that we knew. William said, "If that's the way you see it," and walked away. But before leaving entirely, he looked back at Henry, who was still standing, and said, "Call your daughter. Tell her I say hi," before leaving for his car. Henry called his daughter and got no response, so my friends and I ran out to confront William. When we got outside, we stood face to face with a clown. She was really tall, pale, and had orange pigtails. I looked at my friends, heard the sound of metal on metal, then everything went black. Halfway through number 5, Springtrap. This one is written like a journal, but I'm going to be skipping to the most important day of the bunch. Day 57. This suit has pierced every bit of exposed flesh. However, the mechanical nature of this suit have been able to help me move when the pain is too much. It is still me in the suit, and I must still continue my mission of putting my boy back together. I must escape from the cell that they have sealed around me. How am I supposed to break through? The vents. They couldn't have blocked off the vents. It's such an integral part of the building. I got inside and have been crawling for an hour, unaware of where I am or where I'm going. I finally see a light. I head towards it. However, when I get there, I see someone sitting in an office chair. He flashes a light, so I back away. How does he know that I'm here? Where do I go now? Maybe out front to try to find him. And at 4, back together. I know you miss me. I know you feel responsible, but is this really the right way to go? I'm here for a reason, aren't I? Sure, I was the one who died, but maybe this is a form of punishment for you, but salvation for me. I won't need to go my life knowing about what you've done. I won't need to deal with the repercussions of having your name. So, leave me be, Father. Let me rest. Don't put me back together. I am at peace, as are most of the children you've taken. There is one that isn't, but you'll meet them soon. If you put me back together, I will have no other choice than to ensure your empire is destroyed, along with every trace of your despicable deeds. This is how things are meant to be, so unless you want to ensure your own destruction, please, don't put me back together. In at 3, Midnight Motorist. It's done. The first one. My quest to find the answers of life in those who have just started it has begun. This being was standing outside the diner, green wristband, black hair. I know who it belonged to. Henry, the partner. The man responsible for the way I am. The man who made me imagine what if these creatures were alive. I'm driving home, covered in the blood of number 1. It's on my face, my suit, my hands. But it's around Halloween, so hopefully people think it's a stunt. The cops are coming. I changed lanes and let them pass. They must be after me. But they won't find me, especially if they can drive past me while I look like this. I need to get home. I need to make sure that they won't find me. I need a machine to help me. I'm sure I can find one. Or perhaps I can make one. In it 2, Chuck. Recently, I've been playing a lot of the Five Nights at Freddy's, all of the different games. 1, 2, 3, 4, and Sister Location are all amazing. But a side effect from all those games is very worrisome, and now I believe it to be real. Not in I believe these places really exist, but when I go to Chuck E. Cheese, I feel as if I am at Freddy Fazbear's. I see Freddy and the gang rather than Chucky and his gang. I see men in purple rather than workers. I don't know what to do. I've even seen kids be lured into the back. I told a worker and he says that that's ridiculous, so I decided to check it out. I went into the back rooms and looked for myself. When I checked though, I saw a man dressed in a Chucky suit in that same room. He saw me and asked what I was doing. I stood there silent because I know what's about to happen if I told him my true intentions. He ushered me out of the room and back to my parents, but then another Chucky came by to bring me back. I was very confused, but my parents let me. When I got out of sight, everything went black. Finally, in number 1, break the cycle. He's still alive. Are you kidding me? He wasn't destroyed when I burned that terrible joke of a haunted house down? Fine, I have a plan to get all the remaining souls to their final rest. I need your help, Michael. I know that he's your father, but he's done unspeakable things. He's not really your father anymore. There's only one option. For the week, we will simulate a pizzeria and bring everyone back. The music will lure the others, and I will bring back my daughter with another bear. And your father will be back to continue his mission. Does he know about you? Do you know about you? Well then, I'm sorry, my boy, but I have some disturbing news for you. It may explain quite a lot, but you need to follow paragraph 4. It's the only way to break this cycle. But don't worry, I'll make sure you're at rest with your father's deeds. There we have it, friends, the top 10 FNAF creepypastas you need to read. Do you have any creepypastas that you like and that you would like to see in a part 2? Let me know below, and on your way down, be sure you hit like and subscribe for daily gaming content, and ring that bell to join the clan and level up. Thank you all so much for watching. I have been and shall remain Connor Monroe, and I'll see you in another video.